Emirati surfer Mohamed Rahma will be competing at the Panting Classic Glacier Pro in Spain from September 1st to 6th. He's the only Emirati in professional surfing, having made his debut at the ISA World Surfing Games in Peru last October, where he finished 22nd out of 90 competitors. Surfing is a reinvention for the 28-year-old who used to play in golf at Dubai Football Club and also on the wing for the Arabian Golf and UAE national rugby teams before he injured his knee at the Rugby World Cup Sevens in 2008. As part of his physio, he had to run through water, which is where he first came across surfing.
When I was a kid, I played football and I played for the national team as well. So since I was a kid, I was a professional athlete. So that was my full-time job. That was what I do as a passion, as a hobby, as a job, as everything. So when I moved to rugby and then when I got injured and they told me that I can't do anything else, that was very depressing for me. It was literally the lowest point of my life. Part of my rehab was actually running in the water every day. And then one day I started surfing and I was like, oh, that's cool. What is this? So I asked my therapist, I was like, what is he doing? He's like, oh, this is surfing. And I was like, oh, cool, let's do this. He goes like, oh, you're not ready yet. A year later, he goes like, you remember you asked me about that sport you want to try? I was like, yes. He's like, okay, let's do it now, you're ready. Then I caught my first wave and since then I've been hooked to surfing. The ocean has actually helped me to bounce back because the ocean is just peaceful, amazing place. Like, it did help me that to get out of my thinking of like, oh, I can't be able to play again. That's what I do all my life and now I have nothing. I lost everything. So the ocean not only just recovered my knee, but actually helped me mentally, actually helped me focus more, and it actually helped me like let all my anger go away. So that was really good. And now that's what I relate to the ocean as. So I always say like Dubai is my home and the ocean is my second home as well. So this is where I spend most of my time. I've done just like local competitions. I was in Australia for 2 years for work, and then I did like some local competitions in Australia, and then they moved me to the US and I did some local event in the USA. So it was like the NSSA, which is the National Surfing Association League. And then I did the ISA, and then I qualified for the ISA World Games of Surfing, which was last year in 2014. And that was like one of the biggest events I actually competed in, and it was like on a global level, but that was like countries compete against each other, and that was actually really good for me to represent my country and then to also like actually become into the international competitions and just test the water. And since then I got hooked into competing more, as I was like all my life I've been competing in different sports. So then I got into surfing and now I'm competing. So this year I'm doing 4 events, next year I'm doing 8 events, and then hopefully I keep growing. As you can see in Dubai, we don't have much way for us to practice, and I just started at a late age, but what I'm trying to do is like actually to motivate younger generation, is to show the UAE nationals there is a sport called surfing. What I'm trying to do is actually bring this sport to the UAE nationals, to the younger generation, to schools, to universities. So I'm trying to be like an ambassador for the sport here in the UAE and trying to spread the Aloha spirit here. And I think the UAE nationals here, they have that spirit, they have that like that personality in them, but all they need is a push. They need someone to show them that this actually exists here and they can actually do it, and that's all it takes. So that's what we're trying to do, and that's what I'm trying to actually do by competing, by showing international exposures, is to grab the media, just grab the globally, and then hopefully that all goes down, and then in a few years I can come here and just like become a motivation speaker, become like a coach, and just teach UAE nationals, and then hopefully in the next few years when we go to the ISA World Games Surfing, instead of me by myself, we have a full UAE national team competing.
He's now trying to popularise the sport among Emiratis and intends to take part in more World Surf League qualifiers like the Panting Classic to raise awareness of the sport's profile locally, despite the lack of waves off the UAE coast. Ashley Hammond, Gulf News.